There's a microfracture in this damn EPS conduit.
Sir, we have run 3 diagnostics and found nothing.
Oh, why must you hide your pain? Go over by hand. Use x-rays.
X-rays? That will take forever.
Would you like to be a petty officer, Ensign Donner? I know, baby. I don't like it here either. Welcome to Faisal.
Yes.
We should be at a star base.
Our mission parameters prevent that at this time.
Rock me out. I don't believe you.
Meeting of the senior staff, 2100 hours. Faisal out. Faisal to Dow.
Go ahead.
Is that shuttle ready?
Yes, Captain.
Thank you.
Okay, put it through.
Hello, Captain Johns.
You're not Admiral Cook?
I had to get you alone. Turns out my first officer's a wizard with subspace relays.
Messing around with priority channels is...
Kind of moot at this point, don't you think?
Teresa, you have to turn yourself in. Admiral Rand's authorized gravimetric torpedoes. If we catch you in open space...
Please, Joseph, I just want to talk. I could really use a friend right now. I know it's a lot to ask, but...
You're asking too much. Legacy to the fleet. I'm in contact with Faisal.
Nap's been relieved of duty. Command needed plausible deniability.
Starfleet wouldn't just leave us dangling.
You don't think so?
If we'd succeeded with Omega, they'd be naming starships after us. As it is, the Quadrant's powers will be screaming for blood. Naps alone won't be enough.
Then why aren't we talking to the diplomatic corps? None of this feels right.
We're going to surrender, but not until repairs are complete and we can sustain warp.
Why?
In case someone gets to us before Starfleet does.
Romulans and Cardassians will exact quick justice. I shudder to think how the Klingons are responding.
We can't rely upon Starfleet to protect us. In some ways, it makes Command's life easier if another power takes us out.
I'll give Helen her legs back, but once I do, she gets to run straight home.
Agreed, Commander.
Ding dong! You're not looking hard enough! Find them! Or I'll feed your liver to my tar!
It would have been easier if you'd lured us on the sly and kept her talking.
know I couldn't do that.
I understand that, and I respect that. It's a tough job balancing loyalties.
My loyalty is to the Federation.
Well, they're pretty tricky, but we narrowed the scope of their transmission source to this region of Sector 442.
So quickly?
The Romulans gave us these self-aware algorithm things. Oh, don't worry, son. You'll be clear for information like that someday. I don't much understand the math, but they sure make good bloodhounds. So, where do you think Helen is hiding?
It's still a big piece of space, Ben.
If you had to make a guess. Faisal wouldn't have reached out unless she was desperate. And why use a shuttle unless the Helena can't communicate? I think the Omega bit hard. Now they're holed up, licking their wounds. So what do you think? Use your gut. The Trenlot debris field. Why there? And the place would be crawling with Orions.
They don't know she's there. I could hide an entire space station in that debris if no one knew it was there.
Good, good. Captain Johns, tell your first officer to take the Legacy and investigate the quasar here.
But that's nowhere near.
We can't put all our eggs in one basket, son. You stay with me as my first officer on the Phoenix, just until we check out this debris field.
I understand, sir.
Commander, I've been thinking about changing sickbay's name to Aster's Quarters.
Corey, you can't blame yourself for this.
Law 12. Give credit where credit is due.
It was the three of us, Corey. We were all in on it.
Law 43. Never underestimate the power of teamwork.
I need your help to fix things. We need to clean up our mess.
Law 65. Never second guess your own work.
Corey, if we go to prison, we can't save Nevin.
You're right. We can't save Nevin.
The encrypted channel and data I'm sending you should be enough of a guarantee, Helena.
Any deal I've ever cut with Starfleet has cut me back.
Who says my orders come from Starfleet?
And what's in it for you?
We both want the same thing. Something from Helena. Do with the information what you will. Heta on out.
If it wasn't for Tetrion echolocation, we'd be blind in here.
I don't see much of a difference.
Something in that Breen derelict is leaking subspace distortions. Suggest we reposition.
Those are not our orders.
Lieutenant, Odyssey means nothing to you. Why are you supporting the captain?
Have we suddenly become close that you would ask personal questions?
We're both up for court-martial. That at least makes us closer.
Does it? I never knew my father. To my mother, I was just another experiment. She lost interest in me the moment I left her womb. I was raised by servants and they all feared me.
Well, maybe they had a reason to. I read your academy file. It says you hospitalized a couple of cadets.
Those were lovers, not enemies. They lacked stamina. The captain and commander have thrown away their careers for a friend. Such loyalty is unknown to me, but I find it compelling.
We're getting explosions to port. Switching visuals. What are they doing?
They're shaving the debris. Red alert, Captain to the bridge.
Come to Gauss. The Federation task force is converging on Sector 442.
A single destination?
Multiple. All places of interest.
Then we sniff with the same nose. Follow the leader. Where is the Phoenix bound?
Tren Law.
Helmsman, chart a course for Tren La. Maximum warp. Joy, Doc Chok.
We can take them, sir. There are only 2 raiders.
2 that we can see. And besides, we don't even know if they're looking for us. Perhaps they've just exhausted the surface content.
Suggest we move counter to them as they pass over us. The explosion should hide us from visual.
Make it so.
There are 2 Orion raiders raking the debris, sir. They haven't noticed us yet.
Good. Target that Tholian hulk ahead of them. You know the attack pattern I want.
Aye, sir.
Should we pursue, Captain?
Launch the probes.
I didn't know transporter functions could be used this way.
The probes have pattern enhancers. We beam back liquid-encoded engrams through windows in the radiation. An old friend named O'Brien developed a technique.
The Orions have stopped, Captain.
Were they damaged by that large explosion?
No way to tell.
What the hell was that?
Sir, we have positive contact on Helena. I repeat, positive contact.
Tactical, alert the fleet.
Mr. Ibanya.
I can't find it. It's gone.
Prepare to engage impulse.
Helm, take us in.
Suggest we hold and wait for her to come out, sir.
Give her a chance to go to warp? No way. Helm, take us in.
We can't communicate inside the debris field, sir. Helena won't be able to signal her surrender.
She can power down and let us come alongside.
Captain, I have a large contact coming at us from aft.
Artem, ahead 1/4 impulse. Take us around that green derelict. Bridge to engineering.
Rockney here.
How soon can you get us to warp?
I can give you a short burst in about 10 minutes.
I'd prefer 5.
You'll have to take that up with Helen.
See, they're on the move.
They might not know who we are.
Well, if they detected the probes, they'd know they're Federation made.
We're right on their tail.
Size is consistent with a nebula class.
I thought you said that comm channel would be untraceable.
I believe my exact words were nearly untraceable. I also believe I advised against it.
Phaser head to aft. Shields holding.
Nice barrel roll. That's a good pilot they've got. Get me a new shooting solution and continue firing.
You're going to beam people off the ship?
We'll try and save as many as we can, Joseph.
Confirmed. It's the Phoenix.
Warn them off.
Extremely low yield, sir.
See, now that just lacks commitment. Strip her shields. Let the radiation force her out.
Couldn't we just get close enough to use her prefix code, sir?
No point, she'll have changed it.
You sound so sure.
I change mine every week.
We must engage. We have maneuverability on our side.
We can't go toe-to-toe with Phoenix. Maxwell's made that a warship. Helena is Captain Neros' build. We're more like a big thief.
So we stab them in the back.
Sir, readings suggest a decaying singularity in one of the derelicts ahead.
Damn Romulans. How are Helena's shields?
Estimate 30%.
Isolytic pulse configured.
Tap it lightly, number 1.
Bring us about.
We have her broadside.
Fire!
Keep turning. Fire!
He completely anticipated that.
Shields are gone, Captain.
Bridge to Dr. Ness, radiation protocol, all decks.
Acknowledged. Ness out.
Artem, get us out of the debris. Bridge to engineering.
Rockney here.
How long till warp?
We were ready as of a minute ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was too busy keeping us ready.
They're heading for open space.
Ready transporters. Arm a gravimetric torpedo.
Sir, we have no proof they're carrying Omega.
We have to assume they are.
Request that I take tactical, sir. If someone's going to destroy Helena, it should be me, sir.
Maxwell's going to hit us the second he can survive his shot.
Full impulse. Warp the second we're able.
Mr. Garber, beam out anybody you can target. Is she warp capable?
I can't tell yet.
Isolytic deflection activated, sir. We have warp.
On my mark. Mr. Johns. Well?
Can't tell anything yet, sir. 2-inch interference on long range.
Helmed, take us back for a closer look.
Johns to Chief Garber.
I wasn't able to beam anybody out, sir. I lost transporter control for a few seconds. It's fine now, though. I'm sorry, Captain.
An energy surge in our sensor logs might correspond to a warp signature.
And scans in the area.
Gravimetric distortions and material from the debris field made it impossible to ascertain Helena's status one way or the other.
Well, once you can give me an answer one way or the other, pulverize the debris field. I'm tired of having that rat's nest at our doorstep.
Aye, sir. Maxwell out.
They haven't detected us.
They're too busy sifting through space dust to worry about cloaked ships. What are the Orions up to?
They're holding position so the debris hides them from Starfleet. Colonel, Phoenix and Legacy are moving off.
I see it. The other vessels are destroying debris. And the Orions?
I think they're following Phoenix.
Then we shall do the same.
Captain to all decks. A short while ago, we engaged in an off-the-books mission. Our purpose was to restart quantum slipstream research. Our motive was to bring back the USS Odyssey, which we believe is intact and stranded in the Andromeda Galaxy. The disaster we experienced in Sector 445 was the direct result of a slipstream power unit overload. The details are irrelevant. What is important is that we were ordered to abort the mission. With the help of my first officer, I chose to refuse that order. Helena is now rogue. We've been designated destroy on sight. It was my choices which brought us here. But it is your choice as to how you will continue. Helena will continue with its mission, or at least repair the damage we've caused. We're approaching an M-class moon. Anyone who doesn't wish to stay with the ship, pack one bag and report to the transporter rooms. That is all. Faisal out.
That's another group beam down. So far,
They're trying to get at the weapons locker again.
first officer to all decks, stay or go, take your pick. But any more attempts to wrest control of this ship, and I will turn off life support and beam you all down unconscious. Lower oxygen levels on that deck and push them with another security field.
Artem, you should go. I still have a few strings I can pull. I'll make sure you're exonerated.
You're right, Captain. I should go. But I have to see this thing through.
Nesta Bridge. You forgot to block the emergency medical hologram channel. I deactivated the EMH, though. It was acting perturbed. And I've decided to stay on board.
Why?
I synthesized 50 deciliters of biomimetic gel. A single ship's captain can't authorize that quantity, and I knew that. Whatever else happens, I'd be drummed out of Starfleet Medical. I'd lose my license. So if I want to practice medicine anywhere in the Alpha Quadrant, it's either sign up with the Orion Syndicate or write it out here.
Thank you, Doctor.
I will relieve you, sir. You can beam down with this group.
You think I'm gonna let Helen stay with the captain alone? Go. Go.
I'm leaving.
What?
Everything that's happened is because of me.
Corey, I know you're depressed. We all miss Robin. We're all in pain.
Starfleet needs a head to roll. Let it be mine.
What would Nevin say about that?
Anybody who wanted to go could go. That's what you said, Teresa. Haven't you broken faith with enough people for one day?
You're free to go.
Your quarters are behind a security field.
I don't have anything to pack.
I repeat, this is your last chance to disembark. Helena will be breaking orbit in 1 minute. Dow out. It looks as if almost a quarter of the crew is staying.
Then that's...
A skeleton crew. We can run the ship.
Mr. Rockney, your attachment to the ship is commendable. It is also unhealthy and a little disturbing.
If the captain restores your command privileges, do you swear you won't try to sabotage the engines or send a distress call?
Starfleet will vaporize her. I can't let that happen.
Mr. Rockney, take your station. Arden, beam down the emergency beacons and break orbit.
Aye, sir.
What's your status?
As instructed, Captain, we're holding position with the moon at maximum visual range.
Your scans?
Over 200 personnel. We haven't alerted them that we're here.
Assessment?
From what we can tell, it's exactly what the emergency beacon told us to expect.
Legacy and Antietam, stay back. No need for all of us to fall into a trap. Take us in. Okay, it looks legit. Johns, you're in charge. You and Antietam beam these people up, but keep them segregated. Lock them in the cargo base if you have to. Dominant is inbound to transport them back to DS-12. There's an ion trail here. Phoenix will follow that. Maxwell out.
I was wondering... Oh.
It's a psionic inhibitor. I'm sure you understand.
I would never...
Don't lie to me. You've skimmed the minds of every person you've met since you've been on board. This says you're here because I recommended my last counselor for a promotion. I didn't recommend him for anything. I didn't know I had a ship's counselor. Lieutenant, how long have you been working for Section 31?
Almost as long as you have, sir.
It's good to see you, Hedda Ann.
It's good to see you too, Ben. Would you mind?
No. All the chances I gave you, and all you could do is come up with Commander Astor's comm badge.
I don't know what to tell you. He just wasn't wearing it at the time.
Well, I made up for it. We have Mr. Astor.
Are you serious?
He's in the brig. You know what to do.